Jaya Gaura Hare.
Welcome to another episode of Too Much Wise.
This is the Gita Expedition series where we explore the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, verse by verse and chapter by chapter.
All that we discuss here is what we've heard from perfected teachers and spiritualists from the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. None of this is our own analysis.
If you're here for the first time, then we recommend that you watch the warm-up series of the Bhagavad Gita where we introduce some concepts of the Gita for the first time.
This episode is better heard than watched. You can hear it while taking a walk, while driving, cooking, or even walking out.
We've had a lot of fun recording this, and we hope that it's an enriching experience for all of you as well. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to another episode. Hare Krishna. We're reading from the Bhagavad Gita Chapter 1. We'll read text 36 to 38. First, text 36 in Sanskrit, and then 36 to 38 translation in English. 36. Papam evashrayat asman hatvaitan atatayina tasmannaravayam hantum धारातरास्तरन् सबन्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिन Madhava. Translation text 36. Sin will overcome if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? 37 and 38. O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin?
Hare Krishna. Sometimes I see this on LinkedIn, I see this on national television. Sometimes people of great credentials, experts in their domains, they come out and say things which, at the face of it, seem very credible, highly valid. But just as you scratch the surface, you just realize that they might have all the credentials in the world, they might have all the qualifications, but they're just not saying through the dense fog that has clogged up their thinking, because they have already decided that what is right and what is wrong. I see Arjun here, and I can see in his first line itself, he says, it is sin to kill such aggressors. He's forgotten that who he is, and forgetting that, in that forgetfulness, he's saying that. And it definitely sounds noble, because one, it is coming from Arjun, noble person, kind person, compassionate person. And second, obviously killing is never associated with a good thing. Hence, it sounds like a good thing. But yeah, that is the theme for today, Prabhu, and that is what we'll
So, in
explore.
the context of the flow, Arjun has been very nervous through the last few shlokas. Uh, he was sweating, he was crying, he dropped his Gandiva, and
Yeah,
then he gave reasons to not fight.
correct.
He started giving reasons to not fight. The first
Yeah,
reason that he gave, we discussed it last time, was compassion. And now he's talking about
yeah.
sin. And uh,
Mm,
as you said, he's already made a decision. He's already declared it's a sin, and I'm
yeah,
not going to fight.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he is talking to Krishna, who is Dharmaraj, Yamraj, Dharmaraj. He's like worshipable person, and he's telling him what sin is, right? Reminding him what
yeah.
sin is. It's an interesting conversation, but yeah, in his anxiety there, he's contradicting himself in the first line itself. He says, it'll be sin to kill these aggressors, right? If someone there's a burglar enters your house, does all the chori and goes away, even in the court of law, even a civilian hitting a burglar, it'll be called self defense, right? But here, we're talking about, if there's another person who has done you some harm, you can't go and maru thappad at them, right? Because you can't, people say you can't take law in your own hands. Fine, that'll be illegal, sin, if you want to say that. But if he's already confirmed that Kauravas are aggressors, he's not denying that. He's calling them aggressors. He's calling them aggressors already, but he's saying killing them will be sin. And this shows that he has forgotten his own position as the protector of dharma, the protector of the society. If a police person does not if a police person does not apprehend a thief, that is not correct. He's forgotten his own position as protector of justice here, and hence he's saying killing of these aggressors is a
Yeah,
sin.
I like the police analogy. uh, Very relatable. So,
Yeah.
and there is a policeman, and he doesn't want to catch the thief, doesn't want to arrest the thief, doesn't want to lock up the thief,
Yeah.
because he has a feeling of forgiveness in the heart. So he's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
How can I lock this person?
How can I
So,
look at this Q2 face?
yeah.
How can I lock this person
What
up?
makes Arjun the policeman here? Uh, Prabhupada is writing nicely in the purport that there are six types of aggressors, and he's
Hmm.
explaining all of the six types.
Yeah, you can read it out.
and
Yeah.
and he's saying that as per Vedic law, for any of these types of aggressors, you must kill. You should kill.
Punishable offense.
And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Kauravas have done all types of these six aggressions.
All six. All six of them. Yeah.
So it's,
You want to read them out, Prabhu? You want to
yeah,
read the
I'm just
aggressions out?
scrolling. Somehow I lost my.
Yeah.
Wait, where am I? Oh yeah, okay, okay.
If you try
I'll
to
have to
steal
just
someone's,
enable
yeah.
the purport figured. Yeah. So the six aggressors are. Where is it? Okay, got it. Number one, a poison giver.
Yeah.
Bhima. Bhima was
Bhima,
given poison by Duryodhan. Two,
as a kid only.
one who sets fire to the house.
Lakshagre. When all of them, including
Yeah.
Kunti, Mother Kunti, they tried to kill
House of
also.
Lack.
Yeah, inside the
Yeah.
house of
The one
Lakshmi.
who attacks with deadly weapons. The war.
Yeah.
The Virat.
Who
What
hasn't?
was the name of
Yeah.
that king where they were hiding? Virat. Yeah,
Virat. Yeah.
yeah. uh, and otherwise also. And that's just one. Many times.
Otherwise, they've
Yeah,
done many times,
several
multiple
times.
times.
One who plunders
Yeah.
riches.
Yeah.
Too many times again, many times. But of course, the
Yeah.
gambling match is the prominent one, where they cheated to plunder
Correct.
the riches of the Pandavas. One
Yeah.
who occupies another's land, the obvious one, and one who
Yeah.
kidnaps a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all six of these aggressive acts uh, were were aggressive. What is that? Uh, Anyhow, basically they've been aggressors of all six types. So in a way, they've been
Correct.
thieves
And yeah.
of the best kind, like, of the highest kind. Like they're the most popular among
Yeah. I
thieves.
mean, all of them,
All
all
six.
six of them. Yeah, exactly. All six of them, they've committed them. And Prabhupada is saying that the scriptures say that even one of them is actually enough to punish the other person with capital punishment. And here they've done all six. So what Prabhupada is doing is that he's basically saying, listen, okay, he's telling us that, okay, listen, Arjun is a little grieved here. It's not like he doesn't know the scripture. It's just that right now he's in the heat of the moment. He's just blabbering out and just forgetting that it's not a
Hmm.
sin. That's what he's revealing
Yeah,
to us.
so if Arjun is the policeman and these are the like worst kind of thieves, there is a reason.
Yeah.
Arjun knows the law. Arjun knows as a policeman, I'm supposed to like arrest them, kill them. But right now, he's there is something which is making him forgive them, and that something is obvious. It's his
Mm.
own family, it's his own friends, and hence he's being very, very forgiving. And I like
Yeah.
how Prabhupada also says that, explains that, see, he's being saintly right now because he was a saint. He was a Kshatriya. He was a Raja, but he was a Raj
Yeah.
Rishi. He was a saintly king.
Mm.
And right now, the saint
Yeah.
aspect of that Kshatriya, yes,
Is
is
dominating.
dominating. So his soft, forgiving heart is right
Yeah.
now dominant, more so because there is some emotional
Yeah.
attachment towards the people, towards the thief.
Correct. Correct.
So,
Yeah.
so basically, it's a choice. Should I do the duty of a Kshatriya, or should I be a saint? And he's choosing to be a saint,
Yeah.
but actually, he should be doing the
Yeah.
duty of a Kshatriya. And then,
Yeah. That'll be the
Yeah,
saintly thing
yeah.
to do
That
actually in that
that
moment.
that'll mean that he knows the laws better. So that way, one who knows the
Yeah.
Vedic laws better is a better saint. So, and also,
Yes.
the reason that he's pointing out to support this saintliness of his is sin.
Yeah.
इट्स लाइक मुझे पाप लगेगा, मैं कैसे इसको इनको मार दूं,
Yeah.
which is also,
Which is odd, right? Which it's odd because they're standing there. Everybody knows that this is the thing to be done. Everybody knows that Pandavas have they actually have the responsibility to go through with this whole act. So what Arjun is saying is not really true. It's actually odd that he's saying it, and it brings us to a point which is very important, that in the times before these modern laws came, even before, even just some years before, just some centuries ago, there was something called the separation of religion and the state. Separation of religion and state was a thing, that it was separated. That means that earlier on, religion and the state were one entity. In fact, they worked hand in hand, because religion got corrupted, state got corrupted, and then they have to separate that. तुम अपना धंधा चलाओ, हम अपना धंधा चलाएंगे, दोनों का धंधा साथ में नहीं चल रहा है. So but the
basically,
yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
today there is, because of this separation, this
Yeah.
like obvious separation, what is sin may not be illegal or immoral at all. But at
Correct.
that time,
Correct.
during the time of Mahabharat, when
Yeah.
the state laws were just same as the religious laws, at that time there was no confusion. Like you
Yeah.
refer to the Vedic principles, that's
Yeah.
the state law. So
Yeah.
Arjun,
The whole center of civilization was elevation of the soul, elevation of the consciousness. So the whole idea was, whatever harms that is sin, whatever proper protects that, makes that conducive, is not sin. That's actually a good deed. That was the whole basis of everything else. And because you're working for the soul, it used to harmonize the body and mind also. Hence there was no problem. But right now, some good gobar has happened, and some of the laws are okay for the body, some of the laws are not okay for the mind. Like, they're not in sync, as you mentioned. They're not
because as we
synced together.
discussed last time, morals and laws are just relative. They're changing so quickly. Like if you
Correct.
just zoom out and look at
Yeah.
the entire time scale of the last, let's say, fifteen,
Yeah.
20,000 years, you'll be like, okay, not 20, like 5,000 years, you'll be like, "Arey yaar, laws are changing every, what, 50 years? What is this?" Like principles of lawmaking are
Yeah.
changing every 50 years. But during the
Yeah.
Vedic regime, you had the permanence of religious laws. Like that's permanent. It's eternal. It's going to be there. It didn't change.
Correct. Timeless.
And Arjun
Yeah.
was a great Vedic student, right? So he knows these laws.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but right now, because he's in a space of my friends, my relatives, he's not able to read the law
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, it's very interesting what you brought out, Pro, that right now the laws are transitory because our thinking is transitory, our lifestyles are transitory, our everything is changing, and because of that, likes, dislikes. See, democracy. It's an election year. I'm going to talk about democracy. Democracy is basically whatever the majority wants. That should be how that's basically how things should go. But right now, that is the best system that we have. Out of all the bad ones, that is the best that there is. Hence, the whole world is going with democracy. And but what if someday a country says that no, like, eating humans is okay, like, there is hunger, there's poverty, eating humans is okay, and if most of the citizens of that country start believing in that, that will become the rule, that will become the law of the state. What is going to stop that? No, nothing is going to stop that. It is just about getting the higher number to believe
Yeah,
the same thing. If that happens, it
yeah.
becomes a law.
And that's why, let's say if somebody is even pious and religious today, okay, and he says, "I'm not
Yeah.
going to be sinful." Sorry,
Yeah.
sir. The problem is that the laws of your country are going to make you sinful. Like
Yeah.
for example, you hinted towards an example actually, which is if you kill somebody, that can become a law that it's fine to kill somebody and eat them up.
Yeah,
That actually exists right now. It's not illegal to kill animals,
correct.
right? It's not illegal to kill
Yeah,
animals.
some animals,
Some animals, yeah,
some
correct,
animals.
some animals. So
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
it's not illegal to kill some animals and then consume them. So
yeah. If you're cute, you can kill them. You can't kill them. If you're not considered cute, you can kill
so
them.
then
Yeah,
so then
yeah,
uh, basically your the Vedic sin or pap Vedic pap punya as per religion is not matching with the legal papa punya. So
yeah,
you will, because
yeah,
there is no match right now, it's obvious that you will end up being sinful even if you're trying to be religious.
yeah,
You'll end up
yeah,
being sinful.
yeah. Yeah, the reason why state and religion were together was because religion was the counsel to
Hmm.
the state. Religion was, both of them were in sync with their goal, that, again, as we mentioned,
Yeah,
elevation of the consciousness. And whatever was in the way, we'll regulate that, and whatever actually, protects that and actually is good for it, we'll try and propagate it and then protect that. So that was the whole idea. But because now state ko nahi farak padta, na religion ko farak padta, so like,
everybody's forgotten the
how
soul,
does it
like
matter? So
everybody's moved to the body.
everybody's forgotten the soul, literally the soul, the essence of
Yeah,
things they've forgotten. And that needs to be reestablished back. And until that happens, nothing that you do. See, the solution right now is not that state and religion should be together. No. How is that going to help if
yeah,
the essence is forgotten? It's just that two blind people are just getting together. Then again, we need to have the eyes back.
yeah.
That is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
so we need to get back the soul in the center. We need to think while
Correct.
keeping the soul in the center. Then all your laws, all your policies, all the moral standards aim to, as you said, elevate the soul. Because
Yeah. And it also achieves everything that you're anyway trying to achieve as a
yeah,
government anyway. You're trying to establish peace. You're trying to establish peace. You're trying to establish prosperity. You're trying to establish equality. You're trying to establish all these different things. Have you been able to do it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got a win here in 5 years. One win we've gotten with 100 losses. All of that. You check the history, 500 years, 100 years, 200 years, we've had the same problems, just in different manifestations,
yeah,
different garbs. How do you
yeah,
solve it? It also automatically solves the other problems also. It doesn't just make you religious, it makes you a
yeah.
good government
Yeah,
that cares
but
for your
you know
citizens.
the problem is that it's just an alternate system, and who knows, it'll come
Yeah,
at a very big cost. How can you just? It's so radical. Hey, there is evidence. It's not radical.
yeah,
It's happened in the past. It's happened in the
yeah,
past. There are enough records. Those records are not matching our archaeological definition of history, but there are records.
yeah,
Look at those records, and we
correct.
can see how those governments were run, and we need to just replicate it. We need to
Yeah,
study the science of soul. Of
yeah,
course, we will need uh, experts, Vedic scholars to put that knowledge in the contemporary context. But the point
yeah,
is that once you bring the soul at the center, everything is solved. Body is happy, mind is
yeah.
happy, there is peace. It achieves all purposes of a government.
All of this anyway we'll be speaking about later on in the Gita, when Krishna talks about Varnashrama. um there we'll be able to talk about this in much detail, and really go into it and
I want to
delve deep
talk a
into
little
it.
about sin, because Arjun is
Yeah,
right now, in the three shlokas that we're discussing today, Arjun's focus is all on on sin. He's like, I can't do this because it is sinful. I can't do
yeah,
this because it is sinful. And Arjun is an example. He's a hero. He's an ideal. So
mm,
looking at him,
yeah,
anyone can start thinking that, okay, let me think, is this papa or is this punya? Let me act according to this,
yeah,
which is actually not bad, which is good. But is that all? Is that the principle of life? Is that how we should be living our life? Papa punya, ye papa, ye punya hai, pap niyam. There is a
yeah,
category of uh, men slash stroke women who just don't care about Papa and Punya. Of course, because Papa and Punya is in
yeah,
religion, spirituality, Vedas. I don't care. But then there is another category, smaller, minority, who know a bit about it. They think it makes sense. Karma makes sense. It's there, and then all their actions are based
yeah,
on Papa Punya, Papa Punya, Papa Punya. That's what
yeah,
Arjun is doing right now. Papa
yeah,
Punya, Papa Punya. So
yeah.
that's what I would want to discuss. Yeah.
Actually, um, it roots out of papa punya is nice. You should have rules and regulations that you want to follow. You want to be a legal, lawful, law abiding citizen. But the intention also matters. For example, have you ever seen this, that there's a policeman standing at the red light, and then you scramble across to find the seat belt and just start wearing it right then, and you start looking for your helmet, and it's out of fear. It's out of fear. And the other one is basically like, you basically are doing it for desire. For example, some rules that you're following in office, you don't like some rules, you're just following them. Why? Because your boss
Yeah.
likes it, that's all. And because your boss likes it, you'll get money out of it,
Mhm.
you'll get something out of it. So if your intention is either fear or desire, because of which you're being pious, that's great, that's a step above being illegal. But yeah, it still is
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
perfect yet. And that's something
Yeah.
that you're going, I guess.
and
That's
and
that's
and
where
that's what the
we're heading
Bhagavad
to.
Gita is all about, because it's not about pap and punya. If it would have been pap and punya, then Bhagavad Gita would have ended at 1.3637. Krishna would have told Arjuna, अरे सही कह रहे हो,
Yeah,
पाप कर रहे हो, पाप नहीं करते, finish. It's
yeah,
Krishna goes on to
yeah.
tell the entire Bhagavad Gita to give a principle, Vedic principle, eternal
Above,
principle, soul's
beyond.
principle, which is about what is bigger than papa
Yeah,
punya. From
yeah,
not believing at all in the soul to believing in the soul and karma and papa and punya to something even higher is what the Bhagavad Gita is about. It's about this
yeah,
journey. We're right now completely forgetful of the soul. We're completely operating at the level of the body, thinking that I'm this body here permanently,
yeah,
residing in this beautiful body which will never get old. From here, it takes us first to the level of, okay, you're the soul. You go through karma. Because of karma, you go through nice bodies and bad bodies,
yeah,
and then from there, it again pushes you ahead beyond karma, beyond
yeah.
papan.
Actually, you know what Krishna will do right now? Krishna will know that he's in this zone. So first he's gonna just
Yeah,
rattle him out of it. He'll be like, "Hey, listen, what you're saying is not valid. First of all, this is how he's. First of all, what you're saying is not true. Let me show you how it's not
yeah,
sin.
yeah. He'll
But
first talk the language
that's
of
not
sin.
why I'm.
He'll
Yeah,
first talk the language of papa.
correct. First talk the language of sin. Then he'll be like, but I am not telling you to do all this just because it's not sin or just because it's a pious deed. I'm talking about something higher. You want to talk about it? You want to really talk about it?
Yeah,
And then he goes into it. So first he gets him out of this misconception, and then he talks about it that, listen, I'm talking not talking about this right and wrong and all of that. I'm talking about something way beyond. I'm talking about some act that is just transcending all these realms of black and white and good and bad and hot and cold and all these dualities.
yeah,
I'm just going to go beyond that. I want to tell you something very guhyatamam. You use the word guhyatamam, guhya means like a cave, guha,
yeah,
very secret. I
yeah,
want to tell you something very secret. And
yeah,
that's where the whole
yeah,
Gita is
yeah. Where
really aimed
and
at.
this guyam, we can give a trailer because we have 5 minutes. This
Yeah,
guyam which Krishna delivers over the next few chapters is bhakti. Is about bhakti yoga.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and basically, if you look at pap and punya, what is the purpose of pap and punya? I don't want to do pap, I want to do punya. Why? Because if I'll do punya, I'll get nice things back, right? So if I get nice
yeah.
things back,
Good
exactly.
things will happen to me. I do good
Exactly.
things will
So if
happen to
I'm
me.
going to give charity,
Yeah,
if I'm not going to kill in the war, I'm going to get punya. Okay, not in the war, but if I don't kill in general, I'm going to get punya. When I get punya in my next life, I'm going to get a great house, all the riches. I'll be the son of Elon Musk.
yeah,
Uh, Life will be very
yeah,
comfortable. What is the purpose of all of this? Purpose is happiness, right? Krishna tells you something
yeah,
more, something better, which
yeah,
gives you a million times more happiness than the happiness you get out of pap and punya,
yeah.
and that is bhakti.
Some might argue here that yeah, but not all of them are like that. Some of us also do good just to be good. Like that is our means and the end, that I just want to be good
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
like being good. uh, yeah, but if you just go again a little deeper, investigate that a little bit, you'll see that at the end of it, if you're doing someone some good, you wish someone else good, which is a great thing. It's definitely a level above getting something back and just being transactional. Definitely one level above. But you wish someone good, and if you wish someone good, you will again see that, oh, there's a problem here. This wishing someone good is not helping them permanently. I can help someone, wish someone well for a moment, but beyond that, it's not in my control. Then you start thinking, that is when you start thinking even deeper, that how can I help someone
Yeah,
in a forever
yeah,
manner? How can I help
yeah,
someone in a permanent manner?
yeah,
It's a good start, but it's a
yeah,
thread that you have to pull up, pull on to
yeah.
unravel the whole
Otherwise,
mystery,
you'll be good
basically.
only in a very limited manner. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it's selfish only. You'll be like, हाँ मुझे अच्छा लगता है, इसलिए मुझे अच्छा करना है आगे। इस मुझे अच्छा लगता है। अगर दूसरे के लिए अच्छा, if you're doing it for someone else, then you this thought will definitely come, that how can I help
Yeah,
them permanently? If that thought doesn't come, that basically means I feel good in that
yeah,
moment, hence I'm doing it.
yeah.
Again, it's a selfish thing.
So to do permanent good to someone else, even if you don't do it for punya, you need to know that that person is a soul, and then you need to know how the soul
Yeah,
achieves real happiness. And Krishna tells the soul can
yeah,
only achieve happiness through bhakti yoga. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's where the buck stops. Soul and the super soul. That's where the buck stops. You can't help it. You cannot escape it. It is inescapable.
yeah,
What can you do? What can you do without understanding that? We can't. We can't understand anything else without understanding this. And hence, Krishna starts with the soul. With all problems that Arjun has mentioned to him in the third chapter,
second chapter.
in the second chapter, he's just basically gonna talk
Yeah,
about the soul first.
cool. That's been a great discussion. And
Good
if
discussion
you want
too.
to
Yeah.
know what is this cryptic word called Bhakti Yoga, it's not Modi Bhakti, it's not Desh Bhakti, it's not Colony Bhakti. It's much more. It's
Yeah.
Bhakti for the soul. It's not Bhakti for the body. If you want to know more how this
Yeah.
is more bigger, better than Pap and Punya, then keep listening. Stay
Stay tuned.
tuned. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
जय गौरा हरे